Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boys Spitter right here with the video. And anyway, yeah. Listen, sorry for not uploading for the past couple or more like a freaking month. Yeah, basically I just pretty much gave up on this, but now I'm back because this is gonna be a good way to pass the time over the summer because I'm pretty much gonna just do nothing. So yeah, this is a good way to pass the time. Yeah. But basically, now I'm gonna start doing these race review things because lately they've been getting a lot of views. So anyway, yeah. Alright, so anyway, Monaco Grand Prix. Let's start with the basics. Lewis Hamilton taking the win along with Sebastian Vettel position 2, Valtteri Bottas position 3, and just behind them is Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen. Anyway, and then just behind them is Pierre Gasly. Those are the top 5. And then behind them we have the midfield now with Carlos Sainz leading, and then the two Toro Rossos of Daniel Kvyat and Alexander Albon. I'm pronouncing names so wrong right now. And my favorite Daniel Ricciardo, and as well as Roman Grosjean. And then the 9 points finishers are Lando Norris, Sergio Perez, Nico Hulkenberg, Kevin Magnussen, and George Russell, who finally doesn't take last position. And then finally we have Lance Stroll, Kimi Räikkönen, Robert Kubica, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Charles Leclerc. Rounds off the grid. I'm just kidding. So anyway, those were the stats. Or those are just the finishers. Now let's get on to the actual talking. So first, let's start with the unfortunate weekend for Charles Leclerc. I am pronouncing everyone's name wrong today, but anyway. Just utter, complete and utter disappointment for Charles Leclerc. I mean, they didn't send him out for, I believe, a third run in Q1 for Ferrari. And then Sebastian Vettel, unfortunately, knocked him out because he was 15th, just on the edge. And then, but Vettel was already in the final 5. Sorry, not the final 5. He was in the 5 to be kicked. Then set a faster lap time. So anyway, just really, really unfortunate, and he just started on the back foot. Then the race came, and I mean, he made some brave overtakes into Rasgas, I believe it is, or the penultimate quarter, whatever you want to call it. I'm not familiar with my quarter name, so I'm not even gonna try and bother again. But yeah, he made some really, really brave overtakes, and I mean, it's Monaco. So it's extremely hard to overtake, but unfortunately, while he was trying to overtake, I believe it was Nico Hulkenberg. I believe it was. He just sent it down the inside like he did on. I'm gonna say. I keep on saying I believe, but I think it's. Yeah, he just sent it down the inside of Nico Hulkenberg. And then almost got the move done, but unfortunately his rear right tire just clips the wall a little bit, and then he got a puncture, and he was just already so frustrated from the weekend, and he just tried to drive it back to the pits, and then just got floor damage, and then from there he was struggling with the grip as he restarted from the back, and the safety car was deployed because of that. So anyway, yeah, just really, really horrible weekend for Charles Leclerc. I'm sure that this is gonna hurt his morale. But anyway, now as we switch gears to the front of the grid, Lewis Hamilton led the entire race pretty much, and I will say though, it is Monaco, so I have a bit of an issue with, or I wouldn't say a bit of an issue, but I'm genuinely surprised that some people were saying, oh yeah, he was really good with his tires. Like he did it when he needed to, but it's Monaco. It requires little to no defending skills because all you have to do is hog the middle of the lane, and or at least in most corners you do. Of course that knocks you off your line, but who cares? It's Monaco. Whatever. what am I saying? Yeah, compared to other people, I honestly did think it was a bit of a boring race. It definitely was more exciting than like China and not necessarily Baku. Spain is probably there with Spain. Actually, a little bit more than Spain, but yeah, I mean, Max Verstappen. Thank you to Max Verstappen for keeping the pressure on, but unfortunately, speaking of Max Verstappen, that penalty, that unsafe release. I initially thought he was gonna get probably a drive-through penalty, maybe 15 seconds. But yeah, I mean, he deserved the 5-second penalty, but two penalty points from the FIA. All a driver does in a pit stop is get into the box and then wait for the lights to go green. Sorry. So they can get back out. It was not his fault at all. It was the team's fault. And I wouldn't even say it was the team's fault because, I mean, that pit lane is just so tight, and the way Brundle explained it was better than I could ever explain it, or something that I didn't even notice. But yeah, really unfortunate for Max. I really think he drove well today, and yeah, let's not get into the ifs and buts. But yeah, let's see. Another person, but yeah, Lewis Hamilton making those mediums work, or just hanging on to those mediums. I believe Total Wolf said after the race that he did admit they did make the wrong choice, and Lewis just stuck with it till the end. And I think it's more of a bit of a redemption day, long term, because I've only been an F1 fan since Canada of 2017. But yeah, what am I gonna say? I forget. I don't have scripts unlike all the other guys. So anyway, let's see. To the midfield. Let's begin with Williams, because they had. I honestly thought the power unit was carrying them, that Mercedes power unit, but it looks like they're finally beginning to challenge, and they got a really good opportunity in Monaco because Alfa Romeo the entire weekend was on the back foot, and so is Force India a little bit, or sorry, Racing Point a little bit. And then yeah, Lance Stroll continuing his shall we call it series of just not being able to qualify well. He actually does pretty good in the race. Yeah, I personally don't think Lance Stroll deserves the amount of hate he's getting. I mean, I do get it. I mean, his dad bought an entire racing team, but I mean, he does have talent. He is a very, very good racer, but not a good qualifier. And then, yeah, Robert Kubica. Most people aren't going to say this, but I'm going to say this. I don't think he's going to be at Williams next year, especially with people like Nick DeFries and Louis Delatraz. Yeah, bunch of Formula 2 drivers. I just don't think Robert Kubica will be in a seat next year, and Antonio Giovinazzi. I think so far it's looking like those two will be bumped out. Yeah, this is just really yeah, because this was initially going to be the comeback story, and I mean he is still a Formula 1. He is a Formula 1 driver, so it is a pretty good comeback story, but he's way past his prime, and he's only got one good hand. In my opinion, that's I never really had a good feeling about him coming in, and yeah, I just don't see Robert Kubica getting a seat for the 2020 Formula 1 season. Let's move on now. Kimi Räikkönen hasn't had a couple of good races. I forget where he finished in Spain, but I know ever since Baku, it seems as if he's been on the back foot lately. So really unfortunate for him, but still beating his Alfa Romeo teammate Antonio Giovinazzi. Now let's move to the top end. Let's see. McLaren and Carlos Sainz. Boy, in the last 2 races have they done well. I think in this race, Monaco, it was more of Carlos Sainz just benefiting from the safety car, or as in Spain, he had a really good drive, and a fantastic drive. And let's also talk about the Toro Rossos while we're at it. Both of them just on top of their game. I mean, Daniel Kvyat and Alexander Albon just, I don't even know what to say. They're doing so well right now, and yeah, I hope they can continue this. I don't really think Pierre Gasly's doing well. I was initially hyped at the beginning of the season. I thought he was definitely going to drive at the same pace as Max Verstappen. But yeah, I mean, it's really unfortunate. I believe after the race, I forget which commentator was called Pierre's drive sensational, and it's on a Red Bull, and he got 5th in Monte Carlo. I honestly think that at least by 2021, if he can't pick it up, he should honestly be replaced. And we've seen this with Red Bull. They usually favor one driver, I know, but I mean, I just don't think Pierre Gasly has the pace. So let's see, who else? Daniel Ricciardo. You've got to feel bad for him. I mean, there was so much hype going into the season. And so far, I mean, he picked up a point. Really good drive from him. He didn't benefit from that safety car. But then he just came back to finish 9th, or it was initially 10th, but then Romain Grosjean got a penalty. And I believe it was also Romain Grosjean who managed to do like 50 laps on the soft tire. So really good job to Romain Grosjean. Yeah, I mean, really no one is calling it out, except for maybe a couple others. But yeah, Romain Grosjean, I believe he did 50 laps on the soft, so sensational from the Frenchman. Absolutely sensational. And then, yeah. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if it sounds like I have taken information from other YouTubers and I'm just lazy, it's because, I mean, I do watch F1 Word and Aldas. If these videos actually start getting views and stuff, then I'll actually get my own information. Yeah, right now I'm just trying to settle back into the groove of YouTube. So yeah, thank you for watching all, and hope you all have a good day, and I am genuinely surprised you are all watching for this long. So yeah, have a good day, and goodbye.